Welcome back. For this deep dive, we're jumping into something that's really making waves in the auto world. We're looking at Maserati, the iconic luxury brand, and its parent company, Stellantis. There's a report out causing quite a stir, and our mission today is, well, to unpack that and figure out what's really going on behind the headlines for this historic brand. Okay, so let's get right into it. The big headline, the one catching everyone's eye, is that Stellantis, this huge global auto group, they're apparently thinking about some, let's say, major strategic options for Maserati. And one of those options, actually selling the brand. Which, I mean, for a name like Maserati tied so closely to Italian style and speed, that's pretty big news.
It really is, and it's crucial to understand the why here. Why would they even consider this? It's not just rumor. The sources point to something really specific and, frankly, quite alarming. Maserati sales figures, they dropped by more than half in 2024. Just 11,300 cars sold globally. Figures like that, for a luxury player, that screams trouble. It's more than just a bad quarter.
Wow, more than half. That's a really steep fall. But it's not like Maserati's been asleep at the wheel, has it? They have tried things. I mean, think about the MC20, that supercar they launched, back in 2020? That's supposed to be a real statement piece, inject some serious buzz back into the brand, a proper halo car. But even with a stunner like that, they're still facing this kind of sales crisis. What's telling us?
Well, yeah, the MC20 is impressive, no doubt. It boosts the image. But the thing is, halo cars like that, they don't sell in big numbers. That's not their main job. The real problem for Maserati, and honestly for a lot of these established luxury brands, it's in their sort of core higher volume models. And there's the elephant in the room, electrification. Maserati is still very much about those big, loud combustion engines. They haven't really brought out a strong, compelling EV lineup yet, not one that grabs those younger, tech-focused luxury buyers. Meanwhile, competitors are pushing hard into electric. So for brands built on that traditional idea of performance, adapting is proving, well, really difficult.
Right. So connecting those dots. If a brand with Maserati's history, its cachet, is struggling this much, what does that signify for the wider industry? It's not just about one company, is it? It feels like a symptom of these bigger shifts across the whole luxury car market. You got electrification, obviously, but also changing ideas about what luxury is. Maybe less about raw power, more about tech, sustainability. Plus, you have all these new agile EV startups nipping at their heels.
Exactly. It forces a reevaluation of what luxury means in cars today. Is it just about the badge, the heritage, the engine noise, or is it becoming more about the seamless tech, the autonomous features, that quiet, instant electric torque? Maserati's situation really throws that into sharp relief. Even the most legendary names have to constantly prove their value, redefine themselves to stay in the game.
So, bringing back to you listening, why does this matter? Whether you follow business news, or you're interested in luxury goods, or just fascinated by how big companies operate. This whole situation is a really vivid example, isn't it? A classic brand name hitting some very tough economic headwinds. It shows how even icons need to adapt, or they genuinely risk getting left behind as the market landscape shifts so fast. So wrapping up this deep dive then, we've looked at Maserati, a brand with such a rich past, now facing a really uncertain future. And those stark sales numbers down over 50%, just 11,300 cars last year. They seem to be the key driver behind Stellantis even thinking about these drastic steps, like a potential sale.
Yeah, and it leaves us with a really interesting question for you to mull over. What does this whole situation appear to Maserati struggles, Stellantis weighing its options, really tell us about the future shape of luxury, especially in a world going electric and digital so quickly? And maybe more fundamentally, how do these brands, the ones with such deep roots, keep that magic, that desirability alive when everything around them is changing so profoundly?